Okay, hello everyone and welcome to Hill Studios again. And in this series, I'm going to start a new series. So this series is a multiplayer series where you'll be building mobile games which are multiplayer so that you can play with your friends. And some of the systems that we're going to implement in this particular games are like you can select which server you want to join in, and you can also like get a matchmaking system, and you can also get a loading screen, lobby loading screen, and it will automatically load you to the game if certain number of people entered your room, or you can also wait for joining. And this series is completely not for beginners, but if you know a little bit about Unity, if you have made some kind of single player games, then this series is for you. I'll try to post tutorials as much as I can on making a multiplayer games where you will initially we will go from scratch, like we will go from building entire characters, prefabs, mechanics, game mechanics, physics, whatever, and then we will try to add multiplayer system on top of that. And this entire series is like an iteration system where we will keep on improving the existing parts of a game. And you'll be learning. I will be using Unity 2019.4 version, and you guys can use whatever system you want. And it will be mostly in Unity, and we'll also be using Photon game engine as well. Photon is somewhat which is much more better, but it is not better than Mirror. Actually, Mirror is somewhat better than Photon because Mirror have more and more CCU capability than Photon. Photon can support only 20 players, where Mirror can support at least 500 players, which is too great. But one of the weirdest things is, like, if you want to play with your friends, like if you want to test the application, you need to host it in AWS. And I read a comment where AWS is also charging some money for free tier as well. I don't know about that, but if you don't want to do the hurdle of uploading your server onto the AWS, having a credit card or a debit card, then maybe you can go for Photon as well. It will offer you 20 CCU free type just for the sake of game. And after, if you publish your game, if you got, say, a couple of thousands of downloads, then you can purchase $90 as well. First of all, we'll explore what we're going to learn in this particular series. So as I said, we'll be using Unity game engine as well. So if you don't know how to download Unity game engine, you can just go to unity3d.com, and you can download Unity as well. And one thing is, like, there are so many tutorials out in the YouTube how to download Unity, so I'll not be getting on that actually. And the next we're going to use is Photon engine.com, where Photon is a free, not a free service, but a free service up to 20 players. So at any particular point of time, 20 players can play your game. That is for free. But if your game is having a couple of thousands of downloads, and if more than that 20 people are playing the game, there is no one will be joining your room because Photon will not allow. So you can say try Photon free, and the world restaurant Photon, and there are more than 500k developers. It is very good. So what I'm about to say right now is, like, Photon is also good, but it is somewhat costly. But if you're a guy who is just starting out, I think this is the best place. I'll be trying to explain some of the multiplayer terms to you, and you'll be learning a lot. So without wasting any more time, let's get started on this series as well. First of all, go to your Unity game engine and go to your Unity hub. Go to Unity hub and let us open that, and we will create a project as well. In the meantime, without wasting any time, what the main goal of this video, I'll tell you guys. So we'll create a Unity project, and we will create a Photon ID. That is our main goal today. If you know these goals, just complete it and go to the next video in the playlist if you have any. I'll try to post. So go to Unity hub right now, guys, and you can just click on new here, right here, and create a new project with Unity 2019.4.4 and go to universal render pipeline, because 3D is very bad, because it is taking a lot of, we need to be very efficient. But universal render pipeline is somewhat good for mobile as well. It will try to optimize your game, and it is very good. Okay, so what you're going to do is, I'm going to name it YouTube tutorials. You can name it whatever you want. Tutorials. Oh shit. Okay, YouTube tutorials. And this path, man, is going to erase my entire game right now. So we'll go to some folder here. Okay, let us create a new folder here. click it new folder, and you can say something like YouTube TUTS, YouTube Tuts, and I'm going to select this folder and select folder. So all of our remaining files, what are the files that are generated by Unity system will be stored at this YouTube Tuts. Got it? Okay, let's click create. So the project will be created, and my laptop is somewhat slow, so it will take some time. So without wasting any more time, let's get started on creating Photon ID. So go to photonengine.com. And most people think like making multiplayer games is hard. No, it is quite easy actually. People made these frameworks, and they are giving us with a much more. I think nobody want their people who are using their frameworks to be using them with much complexity, right? Everyone wants their customers to use their product much more easily. So using Photon is very easy, and using Mirror is very easy. So you don't need to worry about all of the networking, TCPs, IPs, all of those kind of stuff. They all are taken care of. So if you're a beginner, a complete noob in server development or multiplayer, I think you're going to fit right in this series. So when you come here, if you don't have an account, it will ask you to create an account. You can create an account, and after creating an account, log into this one and click on dashboard on the top right side in this particular website. Now you'll be redirecting to the website. So okay, now you got all of these applications, and I developed them. It is just creating applications. Okay, let's get. So here you will get to see something like create a new app. Click on that one, and you'll be getting to create a new app. So okay, so go to here, and Photon type is Photon real time. Keep it like that, and or Photon fun. Okay, we're going to use Photon fun. What is the meaning of Photon fun? Is like a Photon for Unity networking. That's a full form of fun. So click on Photon fun, and your application name. Let's keep it as like YouTube tutorials. Okay, short description. It is a game I made during YouTube tutorials. And click on create. Okay, now once you go to this particular thing, you can just see an application, YouTube tutorials. You create an application, and you can also see 20 CCU. What's the meaning? That's meaning of CCU is concurrent players, the number of players that can stay on the server at the same time. If you consider PUBG Mobile, the number of CCU per map is 100, right? PUBG. And if you consider about PUBG TDM, the number of CCU is 8, right? At any particular point of time, there will be only 8 people at the match. Similarly, you can have 20 people on the map at any particular point of time. Got it? Now you create this ID. Let us go to our project. It is just resolving some packages right here. Will be at the end of this particular series. I hope you guys can develop template for a multiplayer game where you can just click a start button, and you just need to change your Photon ID. After changing that ID, you will have a built-in matchmaking system, and you will also having a loading screens. You just need to change their images, and your players will start at the specified start positions. So I think this tutorial series, if you follow it correctly, then you will have a template which is much more useful to you. It is just like a couple of clicks away, and you can just have a multiplayer game in your pocket. So I hope you guys will listen to this tutorial series. Getting some ground, and we're going to importing our Photon into our Unity. So after that, the next onwards we'll be starting out creating our third-person character, and I hope you guys are waiting for the next episode. And thank you for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe if you like the video. Okay.